Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I'd now like to welcome our next speaker on the dais. This is Ms.Viboli Yeptho from Praras Biosciences. She'll be talking about making wine out of unconventional pulpy fruits like Guava and Jamun. That will be followed by a discussion very logically on think local distillates and brews being made with local grains like rice, millets, ragi, etc. And then a couple more discussions. Could I invite Viboli on stage, please?
Good afternoon. Hi, my name is Viboli, and I look after marketing for Praras Biosciences. So, yeah. Praras Biosciences is a manufacturer and global manufacturer and supplier of enzymes and additives for brewery, distillery, and wine. And we have been in the business for 15 plus years. And we are proud to say that we are currently catering to the top breweries in India, Nepal, and Bhutan, among others. So today we will be looking at making wine from unconventional fruits, that is guava and jamun. So jamun is also commonly known by, black plum or jamun in India. So if we look at it at winemaking, largely wine is mostly made with grape variety, different varieties of grape. And over the years, people in different countries have experimented making wine using fruits like pineapple, banana, and lychee, etc. So today we will be discussing making wine from two different wine, as I mentioned, guava and jamun, which is widely grown in the country. So the aim of this project is to make wine using guava and java plum, and with the objective to reduce the viscosity and the fermentation, overall fermentation time. So the challenges that we generally face in fruit pulp fermentation is that one is high pulp viscosity and the other is low nutrient like protein content. So we will be addressing these two challenges using Praras fermentation solutions. So these such as the extract 8039 and the 8 from YW032. So this is going to help in the fermentation time, which will reduce the time in the fermentation and give a direct cost benefit. So I'll just briefly tell you about these two products. So extract 8039 is a pectinase enzyme which helps in breaking down of cell wall of the fruit. So basically it helps break down the pectin that is present in the fruit and helps in maximum extraction of color and pulp from the fruit. 8 from YW032 is an optimized formulation of yeast nutrients. So this is suitable for use in fermentation of any fruit mashes or the cereal mashes. And proper use of this product is gonna help you in achieving efficient fermentation that will reduce time and give you direct cost benefit. Also, this product also helps you in reducing the sluggish and the stuck fermentation. So today we will be looking at the performance of this jamun wine, that is the java plum wine and the guava wine. So before I get into, we see the result, the performance of these two product, I'll just give a brief background on the fruits. So the fruits and vegetable, mostly the grown in the country, mostly suffer losses post-harvest, that is during the farm operations or during the storage. And Goa, though among the 4th largest producing fruit in the country, it also suffers the highest losses, that is around 15.88%. And Jamun, which is Jamun is an indigenous fruit of India, which and also the 2nd largest producing in the country with around 15%. So yeah, so we have made Jamun wine, that Java plum wine, using extract 8 at a dosage of 4 grams per HL, and 8 from YW032 at a dosage of 25 grams per HL. And with this, we have achieved a desired alcohol percentage of 14. So in the next slide, we'll be looking at the overall fermentation graph, the performance of this. Yeah, so this is the overall fermentation graph of the Java plum wine. So if we look at the graph, we have achieved the maximum cell count of 97 by day 6. And if you look at the graph, the bricks is gradually decreasing while the alcohol percentage increases. So this shows a sign of good and healthy fermentation. So in this next slides, we'll break down this graph and we'll look at it. So this is the day-wise bricks drop. So as I mentioned, there is the fermentation. If you look at the graph, it is very linear and smooth, which is good for yeast metabolism, because otherwise it might disrupt the yeast might go under stress, and then it might start producing unwanted byproducts. The overall, as I mentioned, the overall fermentation was completed on the 10th day. So usually the fermentation takes more than 15 days. So we have reduced the fermentation time to 10 days. And if we look at the cell count day-wise, so as I said, on 6th day we have achieved the highest cell count, that is 97. And after that there is a slow decrease in the cell count, so which shows a very good yeast growth. And so then the maximum cell density gets through the stationary phase and completes the fermentation as quickly and efficiently as possible. So the alcohol production, as I mentioned, we have achieved the desired alcohol percentage, which is 14.2 by 10th day. And the production, if you look at the graph, it's very linear again, which shows a good sign of yeast multiplication. And yeah, so the overall desired alcohol was achieved by 10th day. So if we look at the overall final product analysis of Java plum wine, if you look at the parameters, the alcohol volume is 14.2. So the desired, generally the desired percentage is 12.14. We have achieved 14.2 by 10th day, and pH of 40, which is within the accepted parameters, and the bricks of 1.7 by the 10th day. So we'll move on to the performance of these two products in the Guava Wine. So, Guava Wine, again, we have used the same dosage, that is 4 grams per HL of extract 8039 and 25 grams of 8 from YW032 per HL, and have achieved alcohol percentage of 14. So again, this is the overall fermentation graph of Guava Wine. So, even for Guava Wine, we have achieved the overall fermentation, completed the overall fermentation by 10th day, and by 6th day we have achieved the maximum cell count of 94, and even here, if you look at the graph, with the gradual decrease in the bricks, there is also increase in the gradual increase in the alcohol percentage. So, which is again a very good sign and healthy sign of healthy fermentation. So the individual graph, as I mentioned, the graph is very linear and very smooth, which is again very good for yeast metabolism. And the overall fermentation was completed by 10th day. Yeah, so in so cell count, even in Guava Wine, we have achieved the maximum cell count of 94 by 6th day, and yeast growth is very good, and maximum cell density get through the stationary phase and completes alcohol as quickly and as efficiently as possible. So the maximum cell, the stationary phase is from the 88, 90, 94, 98, somewhere 88 to 84. So yeah. So alcohol, again, by 10th day we have achieved alcohol percentage of 14.02. And even here the graph is very linear, which is again a good a sign of good yeast multiplication. So this is the final product analysis of Guava Wine. So the alcohol percentage achieved in this is 14.02 and pH of 4.0 and the bricks of 1.4 by the 10th day. So to conclude, the target fermentation time, the overall fermentation was completed in 10 days. With 14% alcohol. So usually, as I mentioned before, usually the fermentation takes longer than this, minimum of 15 to 20 days. So we have reduced the time, and hence there is a cost benefit to that. And early fermentation means less of flavor that could be caused due to the yeast autolysis. So yeah, this is my presentation. If you have any technical question, you can write to us, and we'll get back to you. Our stall is also over there at 810A109. So if you have any queries, you can get in touch with us. Thank you.